This is crazy.
So go crazy, let her rip.
I don't know about this.
Well, I don't either, right? But who gives a shit? I mean, nobody's watching. What do you care?
Whoa, wait, this is crazy. You want me to hit you?
That's right.
What, like in the face?
Surprise me.
This is so fucking stupid.
Oh, motherfucker! You hit me in the ear!
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Oh, Christ, why the ear, man?
I guess I fucked it up. No, that was perfect.
3 rad dudes with nothing better to do get abducted by the crew of the Starship Alpha 2. They're from the planet Q, which, due to a space-time loop, is stuck in 82 and must be rescued. They need our heroes to discuss the latest news and give their reviews of games and movies too. Sure hope you're not confused. We swear this is all true, not just the premise to the Totally Rad Show.
Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Totally Rad Show, episode number 5. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Jeff Kanata.
I'm Dan I almost forgot my name. I'm Dan Trachtenberg.
The Totally Rad Show takes all things rad, wraps it up, puts it in your underwear, and they come out dirty. And that's what we do here.
That's why they always tell you.
Clean your underwear when you're watching our show.
Yes.
It's true.
Unless maybe you get hit by a car.
Well, they shouldn't be watching and driving.
Agreed.
Someone
Good
was
one.
watching and driving.
Yeah, I got
What?
an email about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
not- we don't
no,
recommend
no,
that.
No.
Horribly recommended.
Team Osmel does not endorse driving well.
I don't know why did you get to be our lawyer?
I don't. Yeah, that.
I thought he was like, team has whatever, don't sue us.
So,
All right,
I have
go
a question.
I have an answer.
I'm maybe going to be confused.
And this was a question that was in like our episode 1 when we had questions for people to ask us in episode 1
Wow,
or
so
whatever.
you've had that question for that long?
Yes, I have. Yes, Oz, I have. Let me continue.
All right, Dan.
Rad. The word rad. Do you remember, because I totally have such a distinct memory. Do you remember the first time you ever heard the word?
No.
Or what?
I was young.
Sad.
Sad.
Well,
Let me tell you mine.
Not as rad.
Well, do you
'cause
remember
maybe-
the first time you've heard lots of words? Probably not.
No, but I do remember rad, which is
maybe,
interesting.
maybe lips.
But listen,
Lay it on me. Not your lips.
the first time I ever heard the word rad,
Yes.
there was a group of kids in a scary German guy's house, and he says, "Now is your last chance for a piece of pie." And if that's not ringing any bells, another kid goes over and sees an old World War II plane, and he spins a propeller, and he says, "Rad."
Monster Squad?
Squad.
Monster Squad. Great
And
name.
that is how I know rad. From then on, like I used to say that word all the time because it was in my favorite movie. That's rad.
Wow.
Wolfman got nards.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, Wolfman got nards.
So remember the old guy, scary German guy? With the,
Yeah, of course.
It was in that scene.
Wow, all right.
That's how I know rad.
That is rad.
That is rad. Yeah, Jesus.
So, in movie news this week,
Yeah.
there's quite a bit to talk about.
I'm very excited.
And the first thing I really want to discuss is they are remaking Clash of the Titans
Oh.
with Lawrence Kasdan as the writer-director.
One of my favorite writers.
I agree.
So he was big, but you're not sure.
He hasn't
was
done
a-
stuff.
I don't know who he does.
Been a while.
I don't know what he...
Big
He
Chill.
directed The Big Chill.
Wrote
Grant-
and directed.
Right. And wrote and directed Grand Canyon,
Yes, which I love that movie.
which, precursor to
these are all
Magnolia and Crash.
movies I'm
You know?
really on that.
Big Chill.
Empire Strikes Back.
Big Chill, a lot of people, he wrote Empire.
Well, I'm in! Bro, Empire and Bubo's involved. I'm in.
You know what's funny is
He wrote
that
Empire and Raiders, and he wrote Empire and Jedi,
wrote
and
Raiders?
wrote Raiders.
Oh, well.
you know what's funny is that we waited.
Why did you
Yeah.
lead with fucking Big
Because
Chill and
He
freaking
was,
Grand
he
Canyon?
was a big deal in the 80s
Yeah.
because those were the movies that he directed, and I feel like he directed some other more iconic stuff throughout the 80s, but yeah, he was in that crew.
Is there any other word besides that it's happening? Because I'm happy it's happening. Although,
No, it was happening for a while, and I think this is the
well,
next nudge.
I'm a little worried that this is going to be CGI'd to death. You know what I mean? Like, one of the things I loved about Clash of the Titans was that, like, weird stop motion.
Well,
like,
you're going to have to...
And I know I gotta let that fly. That
Yeah.
boat's gonna sail.
Yeah.
Jabba is now CGI, not a giant fat puppet. But I like the puppet. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you
that
always
stuff-
have the puppet. You'll always have that.
Well, he tries
That's
to
not
take it
going
away
away.
every day.
But
That George Lucas.
I like the notion. I like this guy because he's
you know-
not an R-rated Clash of the Titans. This is it can feel R-rated, but be okay for
Yeah,
kids.
because Empire was dark.
Right, it can
You know,
be-
chopping off
right.
hands and shit.
I have to say though, the last few things he's done.
What were the last
What
few
were the
things?
last few things?
Oh gosh, I don't have that
Hamana?
information at my fingertips. But he did a movie
Canyon.
with
His kids are making movies now.
his kid
John
is
Kasdan is now what?
Jake.
Well, Jake did Orange County.
Right.
John
And he-
Kasdan has this In the Land of Women coming out today, Friday. We're
That
taping
looks
this.
horrible, by the way.
I don't know.
Well, anytime a trailer is like only one sentence per scene, clearly something's wrong with the movie. Because literally the whole trailer is like, sorry about that. And then it's like, next scene. And it's like, oh, you want to? And then next scene. And I was like, this must be a shitty movie. There's
That's
no
funny.
more than one sentence per scene. Watch the trailer again, because it's just like
I'll think about
moments.
I'll think about watching that trailer again.
Well, don't think about it, do it.
I wish I could think of the last few things he's done, but they
He's
were
been
all
producing
he's-
a lot of things.
He's been on my radar as far as when things come out that he's involved in. I get excited because
Yeah.
Big Chill for me is in my top 10 movies
I
of
haven't
all
seen it.
time.
I should see it. Everybody's
it's
like,
great.
although you know the big picture, I think it is.
With Kevin.
The Big Picture with Kevin
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon
Christopher
is,
Guest directed
is playing.
that.
I know, and it's playing all the time. That's why Michael McKean is in it.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. I didn't know.
That movie's
Christopher Guest.
great.
Dude, it's on
for
HD
movies
net
about
right now.
filmmaking.
Yeah.
There's two
And-
movies
yeah.
that I'm like every other movie's like laborious.
Right.
Actually, adaptation I really like. But that wasn't.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. The
Right.
Big Picture.
Yeah.
For film school and film students, like that is so
Yeah.
about the experience in the right way. And you guys remember Living in Oblivion?
Oh, I love that movie.
No.
Dude, so good.
With
Steve Buscemi. And
Oh, well.
Dermot Mulroney's got the eye patch.
Yeah. All the stuff happening as they're shooting is so
Yeah.
funny.
It's about the making of an independent film. And
Yeah.
it's an
And
independent
all
that's
the
awesome.
things that go
but
wrong.
now, Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
Very exciting because that was a huge movie. I mean, I have that movie on DVD. Bubo means owl in Latin. Found that out in high school and nearly shot my pants. The word Bubo means owl in Latin. The guy's
that's-
owl's name is Bubo.
That Kasdan.
That's easily the third time I've heard you mention that.
It's one of my
factoid.
favorite factoids.
Interesting.
Because I remember I was sitting in Latin class and she was like, owl, Bubo. And I was like, you fucking kidding me? I was like
What
from the
grade
Clash
were
of
you
the
in?
Titans? Yeah, it was like...
Third grade, I was like, you fucking kidding
Are
me?
you fucking kidding me? Like from Clash of the Titans? I'll just go to the principal's office.
It's like-
I'm sorry,
That's
I
awesome.
said vagina.
Anyway, with 300 having come out, like I'm
Yeah.
excited to see.
I just watched 300.
and we were talking about. Oh yeah. Wait, hang on. So every movie is the hero's journey in disguise. Superhero movies for sure. We were talking about this not so long ago. Star Wars, the hero's journey in disguise. But even like
That's not really all that in disguise. He becomes a hero.
right, no, but I mean it's not. But what's the hero's journey in actuality? It's what Clash of the Titans. It is the man Perseus
On a
being,
myth,
on
yeah,
a,
on
being
a-
tested
yep.
and facing himself, and
Right.
the
Yep.
trials or whatever.
Medusa's there.
So this, I like going back to and having it be fucking,
Yeah.
I have
Burgess
high hopes.
Meredith.
modernized and cool.
Hot times. Living in the city.
All right, so that's
That's the Clash of Titans. What else you got for
similar
us?
to that. Jay Bruckheimer has finally got a director attached to Prince of Persia, the property he owns. That director will be a reteaming of him and Michael Bay.
This is Prince of Persia, the video game.
Prince of Persia, the video game.
No, the movie. The movie.
Is now being made.
They already directed the video game.
Well done.
1 point.
So, I'm very interested in this.
I will be more interested in this after watching Transformers.
Transformers.
That is going to answer a lot of questions about those guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Although I have to say, if they keep the style of the video game as far as
yeah.
I don't
New
want
Prince of Persia though.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't
Sand
want
of
to.
Time stuff. Yeah.
I don't want. I don't want Matthew McConaughey playing the prince from Prince of Persia. I want
That'd be very
the little
ambitious
Asian.
casting.
Freddie Rodriguez.
I want the little Asian guy from Ocean's 11. I want some dude who's like
Dude.
pew, 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 pew,
No,
spinning
a
around
horror
poles.
guy. I was always
Parkour.
assuming.
A
Honestly,
parkour guy, not
I thought I was making this movie. This is
good
what I was
work of
saying.
language, my friend.
I was planning on making this, so I'm a little bit upset that Bay was picked.
Well,
Um,
I'm sure you were
okay.
number
Did they
two.
pass up the Trachtenberg?
Well,
for
I
Bay?
was bummed when Brock. I mean, I always thought it wasn't ever going to happen, right? But
Yeah.
as a kid, I mean, but oh, I think this is a video game property that actually has a good story. The Sands of Time.
I
A
agree.
very interesting story. I remember actually thinking for the first time, I don't normally get into the story of video games, and I'm into this. When the end of that game, I don't want to spoil it.
So
but-
this is just Aladdin the action adventure, right?
Sort of. That's the thing. This is
You
what I posed to you guys.
Because I
is
love Aladdin.
What genre? What kind of movie will this be?
Well,
Is it an escape movie? Is it about a guy avoiding trap, like getting through a castle, like a haunted house kind of movie? Is it?
weird.
Is it a? Yeah, you know what I mean.
You know what I
'Cause
think? I think they want it to be Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're
agreed.
probably right about that. But then,
Yeah.
what would it? I mean, he's
What's
in a
the
the whole
pirate?
movie would be. I mean, the game is all set in that palace.
He's trying to get
and the
out
surrounding
of the
areas,
whole like
right.
zombie weird thing.
So would they turn it into a cross? Maybe they would blend that.
Maybe it's
with the other
or they
games.
could just make it a town that they has to get out of. You know what I mean? Or like a whole. I
Yeah.
mean,
In
I don't
the
think it has
second
to. Yeah.
In the second game, there's a lot more like out on the sand in the chariot, that chariot race
Yeah, yeah,
section.
That was the third one.
Oh, that was the third one.
Which
You're
was
right.
awesome. The
Yeah.
second one I kind of skipped. Anyway, that's that.
That's big. But again, I will holding judgment until Transformers comes out and I see
Which
if
I
I
think-
believe that the Bay is
Speaking
back,
of
or if the
Transform-
Bay is
Of
a
pigs.
place I never want to go.
Similarly to that happening,
Something else is
Transformers,
happening.
Hulk, they are now doing another Hulk movie, and they just cast.
I'm not all excited about another Hulk movie because I was so utterly disappointed by the sad story that
There's
was
interesting
the
things
first Hulk.
happenings. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, basically, the big casting news is Edward Norton.
As
As
Bruce
Bruce.
Banner.
But now all right,
Fight Club.
yeah,
Scrawny
but,
guy?
Well, no, but see,
gets-
here's the thing.
I think it's amazing.
Yes.
But I don't
I'm
think
a
Eric
little
Banner
nervous.
was the problem with Hulk.
No, not at all.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm a little nervous that they're now calling it just Bruce Banner. It's not Bruce Banner / Hulk.
Oh,
no. That's us saying.
No, I was just saying he's cast as Bruce Banner.
Oh, I thought in the news it was like is cast as Bruce Banner, and that
Well,
they never
yeah.
mentioned. Right, you assume.
No.
Assuming
Hulk
makes
is
an
being
act-
played by ILM.
Right,
Yeah.
I know,
Or whoever.
but they made it. The Hulk was 90% of what was horrible about that movie. It was the marketing
think
involved
so.
around with. Well, when they showed, remember they had the previews and they showed a pre-rendered version of the
Yeah,
Hulk,
everyone
and it was
goes up in
horrible.
arms, and then the movie was actually amazing.
I know, but how many people went and saw the movie on the opening
Oh,
weekend
it's a
just
problem.
because of that?
Well, here's
That's what
my
I'm
big
saying.
issue
The
with that.
director is whom I like to talk about.
Who's the director?
Oh, yeah, who's the director?
It's not Ang
you
Lee
wanna
or
make your thing?
whatever.
Well, I'll make my point real fast. Is that it's interesting the way you initially reacted to the fact that you're hearing about a second Hulk movie being made.
Yes.
Because I think I'm a huge Hulk fan. I was so stoked when the first
Dude,
Hulk,
TV show? Loved it.
Well,
Yeah.
supposedly this movie is going to be based
Joel
more
Bixby.
on the TV show than on the.
The plot
That's
that I
actually
read, did you
cool.
read the plot? What the blurb I read in like Variety or whatever?
was it about him still wandering
It's
trying
about
to find it?
it's
or-
about him. It was cool, I'm blanking a little bit. It was like him
That's
on
all right.
the run. It like starts with him. It's not an origin story, essentially.
That's good.
Which is good.
Well, here's the thing I was going to say is that I think it's going to be it's interesting to me that they're even making this.
I agree.
Because as much as excited as I am about it,
Yeah.
you have to convince the audience not only to come back and see a Hulk movie, but forget the first Hulk movie that we just promoted the hell out of 2 years ago, and
Yeah,
everybody
we all
was
know,
disappointed
and we all know
by.
it sucked. But this is now Ed Norton Jr. When did he start? When
It's
did
an
he-
odd choice
And
for
when
him
did
to
he leave?
accept
Do you remember when he was called Edward Norton or Ed Norton Jr.?
I didn't know he does that.
The fuck? Am I the only person that knew him as Ed Norton Jr. in Primal Fear? He was Ed Norton Jr.
I think you're confusing him with somebody.
It's because
Ed Norton Jr.?
Because it sounds like it should have the junior at the end. I think that's what you're.
No, it had the fucking Jr.
Who's the director?
Okay, this guy named Louis Leterrier. He did
French? Or
Transporter
Canadian?
2 and Unleashed.
Which was
Transporter
Unleashed.
2.
And Transporter 2 and Unleashed with Danny the
Oh,
with
and
Jet
Unleashed
Li,
with Jet
Morgan
Li.
Freeman.
Well, that felt cool.
I really don't like those movies.
All the fight stuff and that guy, I like the.
With the dude with the mohawk and he's fighting with this, like that happens in reality. But
Oh yeah, like they chained. Well,
okay, no, but I mean,
no.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It's
I
not
had
fucking
fun.
badass and cool.
I had
It's
fun.
stupid.
Transformer 2 or
But
Transporter.
Doing a Incredible Hulk movie. I mean, I have my reservations based on that.
Sure.
But there's something about it that if it's like Transformers, I'm expecting to be where some director is swinging his dick around and making robots fly into walls And if this is the Hulk who's smashing through, yes.
That's your line?
That's my line.
He said, well, I did say I think I wanted him to direct it with his dick. Or was that you?
That was me.
Oh.
It's okay.
Can we?
Okay, not the
We
last.
have to talk about dick so much.
Can we move on? From
All
the
I'm going
dick?
to say is that I like the idea of taking this schlocky action director
Why you gotta go there?
and making Incredible Hulk just a fucking schlocky action. Forget we tried to do it, have you empathize, wasn't happening.
Yeah,
with
weird
Ang Lee.
mutant robots.
And now let's just because the best part about the Ang Lee's flick was the last 20 minutes when he started
of
kicking
course.
ass.
Although
So.
they made him too whatever. That was right.
Buckle up for safety.
I
Buckle
can't.
up, please.
I don't get to buckle up.
I don't want that on my conscience. I don't know how to drive stick shift because my whole life I've always wanted to know, and no one wants to teach me because they don't want to ruin their car.
That's
That's why you need your bros. Yeah.
And we are idling in the middle of the road, so
And now-
let's get this party started.
Jeff is going to sell his car, so we're allowing me to do it.
All right.
So
Can you put your
strong
Yeah,
man.
adjust your windows.
Adjust my windows.
Can you put your
10
clutch
and
in?
2.
My car, the clutch needs to be replaced.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't
So you
work.
need to go all the way to the ground.
My left foot hits that
all the way to the
all the way
ground.
to the ground.
Now you know that this is
1,
first,
2,
all the way back a second,
3,
4, 5.
I'm scared.
Take your foot off the brake.
Yeah,
your foot off
keep
the
my
brake.
foot off the brake. Yeah.
Now slowly bring the foot off the clutch. Just don't worry about gas. Just slowly. As soon as it starts to move forward, hold right there. Hold.
Oh,
That's okay.
stalled.
You stalled.
Yeah.
If you hadn't moved a millimeter, just left it there, you can actually start gaining speed without using the gas.
Why did it stall? Why did it stall?
Because it
you
needed
came out all
gas.
the way out.
And I didn't put gas in there.
You didn't put gas in it.
Okay.
As soon as you feel it go forward, give it.
I would say you can start
air
doing gas right now.
Give it-
More.
Oh, close.
My car's gonna need more than the average car.
Okay. Good to know.
All right.
That's good.
I feel like I'm stepping on newspaper down here.
Oh, that's why I keep my newspapers.
Gas it.
No,
Whoa,
not that
way
much.
too much gas.
You're fine.
Way
No.
too much gas.
Let it.
No, second.
Push the clutch in.
Clutch all the way in.
Yeah.
Second.
There you go.
Okay,
Now let it out. You don't need
gas.
to do too much gas.
Okay, more gas. Okay, now
I'm in second.
you're in second.
It's all right.
So
Now
it's the same thing's gonna happen again when you get to third.
clutch and left.
Oh, wait.
Clutch, brake, and
Clutch in.
left. Clutch, brake, and left. Take your
Okay.
foot off the
Now
clutch.
push the clutch all the way in and push your brakes.
Brake,
All the way in.
brake,
Push the clutch all the way in.
brake.
There you go.
All right, you
We
don't
just
have
lost the
All
frame.
right, settle the camera.
So anytime you come to a complete stop, the clutch has to be all the way in, or you have to be in neutral.
It says service engine soon, by the way.
Well, that's my car.
Okay.
Oh, see, that was very smooth, except you stalled.
The best part
Neutral.
was when you were not stalling. I would say rev a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Hey!
Race car. Go to 2.
Go to 2.
Okay, wait, we're dead in the water.
No, don't rev so much. No,
Let's go. That's it. All right.
Oh my God, we've been driving with the brake on. I like how 3 of us are in the car and we all missed the fact that the brake was on, but that's okay.
This guy with his dog is like, what's happening?
No, more gas. Put the clutch in.
Everything
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy. Oh, there's a lot of cars.
You know how to drive.
Clutchy.
Anytime you come to a stop, can't wait till you buy me a new car, Dan.
There you
Hello!
Slam it in
Oh,
second.
my poor car.
You're not in first.
You're not in any gear. There you go. Oh my God.
The floor is slipping underneath me.
Take the floor out.
too.
Clutch pad.
Yeah.
So do you feel confident?
If like
Let's try being
a woman
quiet.
was giving birth,
Okay.
and she had to go to the hospital.
You think you might be able to get there in about an hour.
Yeah.
Good. Very, very good.
Very nice.
good.
Very nice.
Alex, give him a blowjob. Welcome to the video game segment this week. I thought it'd be fun this week to check in with everybody and see what we're playing because we're all avid gamers.
Nice.
And from what I understand from you, Dan, you're not playing much because you have some issues with GameFly. You've been using GameFly.
Oh yeah.
What's this issue with GameFly? You've been telling all about it, but
Right,
you're not-
GameFly is the Netflix for video games.
Netflix for video games, and I so badly want to play more than just the demo of Crackdown. I played the demo for Crackdown.
That's why I haven't played the demo for
Uncountable. Why? Because you don't want to like.
Because I know I'd have to go buy it.
Yeah.
And I got too
It's
many
a
games.
great game. It's a great game.
So the issue with GameFly is that Crackdown has been the top of my list for however many months it's been. I've literally gotten
1 month.
No, it's been more than a month.
It has been more than a month.
Dude,
yeah.
totally. Well, let me just say this. I've gotten Instead of Crackdown, I've gotten. I don't want to name the games because some of them fucking sucked. And
Go do it.
You gotta name them now.
Froggertown Gallery?
What's the one that I got? Tommy Tallarico did the music for. Orson Scott Card wrote it.
Yeah,
That's why I rented it.
Orson Scott Card, Earth Defender
No.
2029 or whatever it was.
Cool game.
No, it's for
what is
regular
it?
Xbox. Advent Rising.
Advent Rising.
Oh,
So I
Advent
get
Rising.
Advent Rising. I get God of War 2, which I'm glad to play God of War 2. I got Bully, and
That's a cool game too.
one more. So I haven't played this yet, but God of War was the top of the list every week.
You
Yeah.
mean
They don't
Crackdown.
Crackdown. Crackdown doesn't come. They gave me God of War 2, so I send in back my other thing that I had, which I don't remember. And then Crackdown doesn't come, and then I get fucking
Advent Rising.
Advent Rising.
Would you get Advent Rising
Send
instead
that.
of Crackdown?
I sent
That's
that
great.
right back.
Right.
Oh, did you win that $1 million that they were giving away for that?
So like the fact that I'm ready to go out to Blockbuster, which has Crackdown, which I can
Right.
go out and rent,
Yeah.
but to pay $8 when I'm already paying $20 for GameFly on top of the GameFly.
It sounds to me like you may not be using GameFly anymore.
Yeah, it's like I just don't. They could like Netflix everything.
Yeah, no, I
especially
know.
the hot movies.
I know.
They have more of.
Of course.
Give me a short wait, and also the GameFly doesn't tell you.
Oh, if it's going to be a long wait or
Yeah,
whatever, it just doesn't show up?
no, it does tell you if it's gonna be a short wait or long wait, but it's not letting me know if I send like short wait. Does that mean that? I mean, don't send me anything. I'll wait the short wait. Don't send me anything.
Right.
Let me wait it, but it doesn't even let me wait it.
Right.
Yeah.
It just says, well, here you go this. And then I gotta, well, do I play this game? Do I send it back? I sent Advent Rising back. I didn't really play it.
Right.
I saw a little
you
bit of it.
missed
And
out
it sucked.
some.
Yeah,
It wasn't
come
that
on.
good. But, and then I sent it right back. And so GameFly can fucking eat my nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that went from sort of a lukewarm to an I hate these people with
That being
passion and
said,
want my nuts in their mouth.
I have not canceled my GameFly subscription. I'm still playing God of War 2.
Genuinely hoping they'll eat your nuts.
I was going to say, so whose nuts are in whose mouth at that
yeah.
point? All right, Alex, I believe GameFly is teabagging you, my friend.
Moving on.
Yeah, sorry,
from
that's a lot of
You're
nuts.
the one who didn't want to go there.
Well, we're
But we
there.
did. So I know that you and I, for the longest time, have been addicted to WoW.
Yeah, although we haven't played it in frickin' ages just because you got busy.
Yeah, got busy.
And I got PQ'd.
Puzzle Quest.
Oh, well, that's
That's why
away.
you haven't been playing.
But I
Yeah.
know that you have recently gotten back into Star Wars Galaxies, right?
Well, that's an interesting way that you put that.
I try.
I have recently logged back into Star Wars Galaxies. They actually
you played a lot
I played
previously.
a lot previously. Me and Joshua Brentano from the old Screensavers actually was the guy that got me
from
into
our
it.
D&D tabletop games.
D&D tabletop, you may recognize him, little Mantello. Yeah, I was really, really into it, and then they did a combat upgrade, which some people hated with a passion. Other people thought was okay. I was in the thought was okay camp. So we continued to play the game, and then they came out with what they called the NGE, which is the new gaming enhancements. Literally, these are the names that they were combat upgrade, the CU, and then they raped you again with the NGE, or the new gaming enhancements, which is like when we went to Newport and I was telling you all those awesome things. When they went down to that shitty ball, that was the NGE.
Right, so they removed a lot of stuff from the game.
All the things that were cool about the game. And basically they just went, well, rather than having it be really cool and intricate and sort of niche, let's just try to make it World of Warcraft and hopefully get some of the splash over of the bazillion people that play World of Warcraft. And basically they just made a shitty game. And so we left and started playing first D&D online, and then we got into World of Warcraft, sucked you back into World of Warcraft.
big time.
Dan played for like a day.
Couple days.
Couple days.
His computer prevented him from...
Yeah.
Oh, when we saw how it looked on his laptop, we were like, no wonder you don't want to play this game.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It looked like
Poo.
poo.
It was
basically.
It was electric.
It looked
poo.
like cartoony poo.
So one of the things that I was really upset about, and so was Brentano, was that we were creature handlers. And we never... Did we talk about the dog in Fable 2?
Oh,
Yes,
well,
you
we-
mentioned
No. We
mentioned it in
I
episode
mentioned it, but
1.
we didn't. We hadn't
Yeah.
talked about it. But it was a great creature handler thing. And basically, what was happening is they're doing all these revamps, trying to get people enticed in the game again. And one of the things that they're doing is the next chapter for Star Wars Galaxies puts in this new expertise tree, which is just like talent points in WoW because they can't make up a new idea. Blah. But it's going to be beast mastery. So that theoretically they're bringing creature handler back in a certain way. So I wanted to get back in and kind of they were
what do
going to
you
like
think?
get rid of our houses and stuff.
What do you think now?
I had a blast. I
Yeah?
literally logged in. I was a Jedi and didn't want to be a Jedi, so I sort of felt weird. And so I was like, I'm just going to respect to
Just like Luke.
right. Well, I sort of respect
weird.
to a Commando and some guys that I used to play Galaxies were on, and they were like, wow, this is really funny that you literally decided to come on and change your character now because there's a huge player in-game event where literally all these, like maybe 150 rebel players were trying to protect the Princess's Palace in Naboo, in Theed, in Naboo, and all these Imperial guys were coming in. So I was like, I'm a commando, I don't even know what I'm doing. And literally it was like one of these things where this guy was like, here's a gun, this is where you stand. And I was like, what's going on? And then like fucking
awesome.
Empire
That sounds
Jedis
cool.
were coming through, and like they had like these guys
Dude,
on
that
like the
sounds cool.
AT-STs were coming in like da, running and shooting. And I was just in the back like, kabang, kabang. And literally it was like we were at this funnel in Theed where we were like, had this perimeter of people sitting around, and I was like, I don't even know what they're like, just shoot at the door. And so I was like lobbing these grenades up into the door, and all these like, it was crazy because at first it was all quiet, and there was literally like 25 rebel players, and they were all like, okay, is everybody ready? And they were all like getting ready, and I was like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, this one dark Jedi ran into the room like, bwang, and everyone was just like, ah, blah, 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 and we were shooting. And then it was like funnels, and the Empire players can wear Stormtrooper armor. So like these Scout Troopers were running through, and then all these Empire,
cool.
and then the Shock Troopers, which is like the high end, like thick Stormtrooper guys were running in, and I was like, I don't even know what's happening, man. And we were just shooting. And then everybody was like, pull back. So we went falling through these like stairs, and I was like, I don't even know. And then I was like running, and all of a sudden it was me, and then I was just surrounded by Imperial players all running to the same place. But I was trying to run to get away, and nobody noticed. So I was just like, where are we going, dude? And I was like,
He was like Jar Jar,
dude.
fucking it up.
I
for
was, dude.
everyone.
I totally was. And then I died, and my computer crashed. But
it
was fun,
you
and
just-
I was totally
that-
like, I'm ready.
I just spit a little bit.
Yeah, it was that good.
That sounded like the greatest gaming experience I may have ever experienced vis-a-vis you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That sounds incredible.
And that was 20
Can we
minutes
play
after I
that?
logged back
Let's
in.
do that. Can I do it on a Mac?
I don't think you can do it on a Mac. I think WoW is the only MMO that works on
It
the Mac.
sucks to be a Mac user.
But I just got my new PC, so maybe you could borrow my old one.
Dude.
Or you could borrow
That
Jeff's,
sounds-
because Jeff wants my old one.
I
Yeah.
do as a one.
Yeah.
Let's all
Speaking
play
of-
that.
Speaking
Okay.
of things crashing, the thing that I've been playing this week.
That was a lot of talk, but I get passionate.
I like passion. The things that. Boy.
Just keep that aside. We wouldn't have, if he hadn't giggled, we wouldn't have known.
I was thinking it.
Okay, good.
I have not been playing my Xbox 360 this week
Why not?
because I got the Red Ring of Death.
Oh.
It finally happened for me.
Similar to the...
Don't do it. Don't talk about your pooper. I know what you're talking about. Red Ring.
Red Ring on the
Come on.
paper.
I'm talking about the 360, and I'm ignoring you.
This is horrible.
I got my 360.
What happened? I mean, was it something you did, or did you
This
just like,
happened to
walk
me
in and you
before,
were
by
like,
the way. Let me just say. So.
Well, I've been the guy who I got my I camped out, got my 360 on launch day.
Yep.
Launched 360. All the news that came out about people's things crashing and all, and in Red Ring of Death this and Red Ring of Death
Yeah.
that. I was always the guy saying,
are you
mine's
talking
fine,
about?"
mine's great. Don't worry, buy one. They're all great. And mine finally took a crap. So I guess I can't defend him anymore.
Well, you can't defend it. Blew. I mean,
Well, wait. What was your... You were saying you thought they were lying?
No, I wasn't saying I thought they were. I was thinking it got blown out of proportion, the amount of people that were having problems.
Well, maybe it
Well,
still
I was
is blown
gonna-
out of proportion. You just happen
well,
to be
I'm in that proportion.
how long did it? How long did
Now
it
that it's
not
happening to
blow out
you,
of
it
proportion?
doesn't feel
Right.
so good, does it?
Right. All of a sudden, you're like, maybe they were right. These things fucking suck.
Yeah.
It stopped working.
Yeah.
It just
Well, how did
happens.
you? What did you do? Were you playing?
Although it did happen to
something?
me. I mean, we are in a room of 3 guys.
Didn't
2
happen
out
to
of
me.
3.
2 out of the 3.
Dude, 2 out of 3 is better than 3 is out of 3.
Actually, 4 guys. And they're
That's
happening.
2 out of 4. That's 50-50, man. That is
Wow.
a good track
Maybe
record.
it's
No.
time for quality. Maybe it's time for me to get a PS3.
No.
You know what?
no,
This is
no.
the best thing. I want Jeff to buy a PS3 because then Jeff will call and be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" I'll be like, "Oh, Dan and I and like 10 people are playing Gears of War. We're having a great time. What are you doing?" I was looking at the Resistance box again. Oh, you're not playing it? Oh, it's a horrible game, but the box art is amazing. Can I come over and watch? He's like, "No, sorry, we're writing them." That's and then you're gonna be like, "I hate you, Sony," again.
I'm still getting my 360 replaced.
I know
Don't
you
do
have
that.
to. You can't. You can't.
Which is
Because
a
you know
word
what?
to the wise.
What?
Get those eBay
I was
or
like,
Best
this is
Buy.
so profound.
Get those freaking protection plans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Because hello, if you didn't, because we call Microsoft
Especially
and happened to us.
EB. EB is great.
Yeah, EB replaced ours. We got to keep our own. We got the hard drives. Now we have an
Dude,
extra hard drive.
my last girlfriend, I gave her like an SP or like an advanced back in the day,
Game Boy.
and she dropped it in the toilet. And so I was like, oh, and then I just brought it back into EB. I was like,
dude.
broke. And
Yeah.
they're like, all right. And it's like dripping, and they're like, all right, here you go.
Yeah, totally. But
That's what they
Microsoft
do.
would charge you like almost $100 to ship it back and get it.
Yeah.
I actually think that they came out with a new policy where they don't.
Oh, well,
charge
this
if
was
you
a few
have
months
launch
ago.
Xbox. But anyway,
Okay.
Well, either
one
way.
last thing, the one reason that I'm getting my 360 replaced is because I'm really excited about the Capcom announcements that they just made. They had last week. It was after we'd already taped the episode for last week. They had a big Gamers Day, and they
I like Gamers Day.
debuted a bunch of new products. And one of the coolest things, one of the games that is near and dear to my heart is Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah, old school.
Oh my gosh, love it. And I bought the
Quarters.
Street Fighter 2 for Xbox Live Arcade.
Yep.
I was really into it, loved it. They're
Tiger
doing
uppercut.
an update of it in HD with all redrawn sprites.
Ooh.
Super high definition.
Is it sponsored by Sprite? That's horrible.
Sprite?
Sorry. Dude,
Terrible.
that is no, but that's awesome because that was one of my like Guile. Dude, that was like my favorite.
Guile was your
game.
guy? I was a
Are
Ken
you kidding
Ryu
me?
guy.
Hello.
Chun-Li.
I was
Guile-
Ken,
Why
actually.
would Guile not be my guy? Spiky blonde hair.
He's like me.
Sonic booms that you constantly make.
I do backflip.
Why would
kicks
Ken not be my guy?
Boom.
Hello.
without the gun show that
These
you go
guys.
on? I'm surprised you're not the guy
These are
from India.
Kens. I call them Kens.
So in HD, like the way it looks now, it's so jaggy on a
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's gonna be awesome.
So what do you mean redrawn? So it's just gonna look the way we
They're
remember it.
redrawing,
something.
yeah.
They're redrawing every frame.
It's not gonna look
animation
different
by
right?
hand.
It won't look different. It'll just look better.
Much better.
It'll look like
it's,
watching
it's not
it
doing
in
the special
HD.
editions. It's like doing the remaster of Star Wars.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Not adding stupid things, making the things that are already awesome.
Cleaner. and-
Beautiful.
Yes. All right.
Totally
Cool.
rad.
Dude, yes.
What's Joust? Do you remember Joust? I do. I remember Joust.
Victory. That's victory.
We're saying again, in your face, saying
Alright.
again.
Oh, we got threesies.
Get back in here. Who's that? Who's that? Yeah! Yes, penises. Go penis. I love penises. That is awesome. All right, email time. We got a really cool email. First off, we've gotten lots of
awesome.
really cool emails.
We love
and we do want you to keep firing them away.
Yep.
And
Love emailing.
needlessly, just anyway. But this is from Aaron.
This is a really
from
cool
Winnipeg.
email.
It was a super email.
Really well written, fun.
And got us really weirdly thinking. There's actually a lot of it at the beginning, which we're going to paraphrase here with Dear Dudes That Are Totally Rad. What would you name your totally rad children? Without any concerns about social objections or spousal input or interjection, come up with a name that is purely radly defiant for your offspring. Aaron from Winnipeg. Totally had our brains in a flutter.
Really cool.
Yes.
Now, we have decided that we are going to take this a step further
Yep.
by passing the blame to other people. So Jeff is going to actually name my offspring.
Right.
I'm going to name Dan's offspring, and Dan is going to name Jeff's offspring. So Jeff, why don't you get us going here? We thought about this.
There are many ways to go with this.
So many, it's not even funny.
This is a great question. First of all, I want to give a shout out to some of the best names that are real that I've heard. First of all, shout out to Nicolas Cage for actually naming his son Kal-El.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Which is awesome, which I wish I could actually name your son Kal-El, but since he's already done that.
It would be awesome if he was given these parameters.
Agreed.
But the fact that kid has to be raised in this world
As
with
Kal-El
that name
Cage?
sucks.
Yeah, agreed.
I think that's awesome.
Yes, and
Also,
I can't
I-
wait to see if your wife agrees with you. Whenever you're like, let's name him Wadib.
What, dude?
That was my secondsies.
That's the name of the third moon of Arrakis.
That's awesome.
Wadib.
That's
Maybe
awesome.
called Paul Wadib?
Sure.
All right, so Albrecht.
Yes.
I think it should be Optimus Albrecht.
Dude.
Optimus Albrecht.
Optimus Albrecht would rock that.
That's awesome.
And
He
you,
would
sir.
drive a red truck.
He would drive a red truck.
That's awesome.
You could, because how would you not?
Yeah.
Top
that
Star
name
Blue?
would transform his life.
Oh, that was much.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to name your offspring Mumra Trachtenberg.
Mumra!
No, I know. They can't be as excited as it states because I blew my wad a little early.
No, it was epic when you said that.
It was epic when I was like, Mumra. It was, it was a Muad'Dib moment. So I'm going to say, as excited as they were for Muad'Dib is how they were
Trust
for
us.
Mumra Trachtenberg.
Our minds were blown. And I was freaking out because I had no idea what to possibly name young Kanata.
Right, well.
Oh, Kanata. That even rolls.
Ooh, it should have been... Okay.
Obi-Wan Kanata.
It should have been Kaneda Kanata.
Dude, Kaneda, Kanata.
From Akira. But I want to tell you
Obi-Wan
what...
Kanata.
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan Kanata's cool.
awesome.
Moonchild. Let me
hate it.
explain this.
Wait, I love
I get to name your kid.
I love that you get to go, Moonchild. Let me explain. I know that nobody knows what I'm talking about.
It's a girl?
No.
You mean Moon Unit?
Maybe, yeah, it is a girl. Here's the thing. Moonchild is a name that you guys all know yet never knew from a geek movie. The end of Neverending Story.
Oh,
She says, name me. And he opens up the window in the storm and he yells out, "Mama!" And you never heard what he said. Did you guys ever know that?
How did you
I
hear
read
it?
the book. And in the book, and then I watched the movie again and I was like, holy shit.
Dude.
Moonchild.
Funny you should mention books. Because...
Wow, segue. No, see, this is a deflated segue. That's a...
What? That's a
Anyway.
legitimate segue.
Yeah, but
did you-
Moonchild...
but soak that in.
That's huge. No, that's huge.
Did you know that as a
wanted
kid? No,
to-
now you know. And
I
has it not always
didn't know
bothered
as
you?
an
Like, what
adult.
does he
No.
name her?
Did I tell you the story of the chick in college who convinced me that she would play the princess in Neverending Story? And it was only because she wanted to go out on dates with me?
Well...
That's sick. What happened?
Can't blame
I
her for that.
found out and I thought, you're sick.
wait. At first you told you and you were like, no
She
shit,
had
that was
somebody
you?
else tell me, and I was like, "Oh, the chick who played the princess is in my dorm." Like she lived in the floor above me. And then I like went up there. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Oh, and I was like, "Yeah, it's totally her, I think." And she had like this weird necklace, and she was like, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's the thing."
No, shut up.
Swear to God.
Orin?
Were you sure?
She said it was. Was it
Yeah,
the
it was orange
snakes
hatch,
eating the snakes?
Right in the thing. No,
Her
no.
neck- her
I thought
pearly
it was-
thing? The
no, I
pearly
thought
thing?
it was, but then did you say Ouroboros?
That's a snake
That's nice.
eating itself.
Yeah, the Mexican flag.
This guy.
I don't know what that is. But anyway, it was horrible. She's, I think she's okay.
So now that we've totally lost my awesome segue.
Yeah.
I love the segue, though.
That was great.
Segues are great.
We mentioned last week about Kurt Vonnegut.
Yes.
And some people in the forums at our website, www.totallyradshow.com.
It's a very subtle pug.
Some people have come up with an idea of doing a book club, which I love, because I love reading. And I think that what we're going to do to support you... What's the problem?
What do you like?
I'm talking about reading.
He's having a
I
thing.
made myself laugh really
With
hard.
the little pug?
The pug.
Yeah. You said
I said that was a very subtle pug, and I was like, that's a small dog.
small dog.
Sorry.
subtle
I'm
pug
back.
would be-
I'm back.
Right.
It would just be a gag.
So Jeff likes reading, by the way.
Yeah, very much so.
I do.
And there was a great
as
book
much
club.
as-
So yeah,
But
the
I
guy
love the book club.
Poppletree or whatever
Yeah.
said Cody or whatever.
Poultry?
That's his name on the forums.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make fun of our listeners, Alex.
No.
Go ahead.
I thought you were talking about, Constantine Poppletree
Steve,
from
yeah.
back in Europe.
Wheels have come off the train. Here's the thing.
Yes.
We're going to read Cat's Cradle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are a bunch of the people in the forums.
And we're going to read it so much that Jeff bought us the book.
I bought everyone. I went on Amazon and I
Well,
bought
everyone
Not
in this
everyone.
room. Yeah.
No, everyone. I just nice,
Nice.
Steve. Everyone.
Yeah.
So, if you're interested in reading Cat's Cradle with us, check out our forums. Go there, interact with the gang. It's going to be like a group reading project. In a few weeks, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about it on the show because these guys have never read it, and I think it's going to be fun.
Don't worry, you won't be reading out loud. You don't have to.
We won't sit around in a circle.
I think I've said this before on another thing, another show I hosted, but do you guys remember weekly readers?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Scholastic.
Weekly readers where you would like get the pamphlets,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
newspaper,
hell yeah.
and you like
Yeah.
that made books.
And it
Oh
was-
my
dude,
god!
It was always Garfield for me.
Oh yeah, dude. Me too. Me too.
The Garfield comics.
I would always order Garfield.
Hell yeah, I have like
Totally.
stacks of like 25, and I
And-
used to wait to see when the Garfield ones were
You
coming.
know what else was huge on that? The Grey Witch trilogy, like the movie. I think that the Weiss brothers are doing now. The Golden Compass. I think those are
not
those
so much.
books. You don't remember that? Like the Grey Witch, Green Witch?
mainly just
or like
learning
Alexander
about
or whatever, the Black Cauldron guy, Alexander
Cauldron?
No, Alexander was
Cauldron.
Black Cauldron. Remember there's a series of books called the Black
Yeah, Black
Cauldron?
Cauldron. Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Frank.
How much we
Weekly
love
readers.
reading.
Reading is awesome.
Anyway, so go to the forums, www.totallyradshow.com.
That's
and
right.
Click on discussion forums.
And thank you, Aaron from Winnipeg again. Probably cold up there.
we
but
love Canadian.
yes, a lot of Canadian fans. A lot
That's
of
awesome.
Canadian
I love
fans.
Yeah.
But if you want to send us an email and hopefully have it read on the show for your prize of nothing,
no prize.
a no
like
prize.
Marvel.
Head over to send an email to fans@totallyradshow.com. Dan, did you want to say anything?
We're not going to say the website or the
He just
because
did.
you just
With the
basically did
forum.
that.
12 times I said it.
8 times 12
It was
times.
very. I didn't know if you wanted to reiterate it for like.
Totallyradshow.com.
Iterated.
It's
Yeah.
been, all right. MySpace, hell of a website.
That is.
We're on there.
Although I think we might be moving.
Well,
Facebook,
we're gonna
maybe. Dignation's moving to
That's a
Facebook.
unilateral decision, my friend.
Dude, Dignation made it. By that I mean Kevin.
I will say, I remember being on Friendster and everyone was talking about MySpace, and I was like, I'm not doing a whole nother thing. And then MySpace was, wait, where's Friendster now?
Yeah, but Facebook.
Still alive.
My friend.
Facebook can actually do some really cool things. Like you can do more sort of Twitter type stuff where you can actually say like, we're going to, like the three of us are going to this movie at this time, and then it could go to all of our friends, and they could, if they could, or they're in the area, they could come and watch it. You know what I mean? Or like, we're going out to Denny's.
Which might be happening.
That's what I was thinking was we could, after the taping, we'd be like, Friday nights, you'll get a thing on Facebook that'll say where
Awesome.
we are
That would be
eating.
rad.
That would be totally
Grand
rad.
slam.
It would be beyond totally rad. It would be like,
Well,
What
if
you're
you
just
want to
about to
do
say.
that, yeah. If you head over to myspace.com/totallyradshow, become our friend. And before we do the whole Facebook thing, we'll send out our bulletins about where we are.
Look at me when you talk about MySpace.
You guys should go.
you guys should go, not
He's
his
not
guys.
him. You
Now,
guys-
wait, whoa. The other thing we got to say is we have our first sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
I know, you're very excited, and it actually ties in a little bit to the fact that GameFly sucks.
Yeah.
Which
This place
is
doesn't suck.
Netflix has been gracious enough to hook our fans up with a great deal. So if you head over to www, and the W's are actually important because if you don't, they don't know that you are fans of our show. So head to www.netflix.com/TRS minus the spitting.
I saw that.
You can't not see that kind of spitting. And you can sign up and you get 2 weeks free trial. And you actually don't have to stick with the membership. If you like the service, which hopefully you will, because I need to actually redo this myself, so I'm actually going to go and sign back on again. But it's a non-commitment thing. You can sign up for 2 weeks. If you don't like it, you're done. If you like it, stick with it. It is awesome.
The only
you
place
have-
you can get HD DVDs right now.
The only place to get HD
DVDs.
DVDs.
Click the box.
Do you do Netflix?
I do.
We should all. There's a forum about your Netflix queue. We should all take a JPEG of our queue and post it on the
I'm
forum.
going to sign up. We should do that.
And then re-sign up under the TRS.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Now that would be rad.
I am small. He was like, okay, ready? I don't know about sorry.
Keep just doing it again. It's gonna melt.
Turn on camera.
Hope you're not confused. This is all.
Something before us, they scream out in chorus. Fight for what's right as their song fills the air.
All of a sudden it became karaoke night over here. That was awesome. You're totally, all of a sudden Dan got scared you were serenading him. Dan had that look of like, I'm turned on.
Jesus.